sweet friends. I'm your candy apple authority, DIY Queen Diva. And y'all already know I've helped thousands of people make perfect candy and caramel apples. These apples right here were actually for my sister. And if you know her, she's tight with a dime. But she's getting better, and I am so proud of her for boosting my niece's lemonade sales at a festival and selling these red candy apples for $10 each. Now, in this tutorial, I'll show you when to bag your candy apples so they don't stick to the bags, how to prevent translucent candy apples so that the Granny Smith apple doesn't show through. Now, there's a certain light corn syrup that I like to use, and I only get it if I'm like close to that store. So some of you guys probably do not have this store, so don't get upset with me, but this clear corn syrup I use today, it never gets or looks burnt or overcooked, regardless of how high you cook your candy apple mixture. Because today I had to speed it up and I had my stove on 6. I will also show you what to use instead of hot glue to make those perfect candy apple bows stick to your candy apple sticks. By the end, you'll know exactly how to make candy apples that shine, sell, and be the center of attention at your Halloween party. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more candy apple tutorials on how to make your candy apples and candy apple bows every week. This is Candy Apple TV with DIY Queen Diva. First, you want to make your bows. And I will put that video tutorial on how to make your candy apple bows where you can learn at your own pace. You can rewind, fast forward, pause. I have 20 apples, so I'm going to make 20 candy apples, 20 red candy apples. I am going to use the super red. This is pretty much the only thing that I use from Hobby Lobby, $1.99. And since I don't have the Wilton's white icing, I'm going to use Satin Ice brand for my white. So we at 300 degrees. We at 300 degrees, y'all. And for some reason, and I had this on 6 because I really need to get this going. And for some reason, it's a particular corn syrup that I use, and it really never, usually it's clear when I have it like on 4 or 5. But I had this like on 6. And it's actually Ingles store brand corn syrup, like corn syrup. I don't know what it is about it, but it's pretty good. But I had it, I'm surprised that it came out that clear. So I'm using my white first. And then I am going to use Hobby Lobby Super Red. And a lot of folks don't like to use white with their red because they say it, you know, turns pink. But I usually don't have that problem. Got parchment paper down because I like to use parchment paper. I usually don't have that problem with Hobby Lobby Super Red. So I do add red and white. I do add white in there. For the new subscribers and viewers, you add white so your candy apples do not look translucent. You do not want to see the green part of your apple. Make sure I get that in there. Okay, so this is a good super red. And for beginners, I have videos for beginners. So these are for my sister, and you guys know how that is. You know how cheap she is, but it's for my niece, really. So that's why I'm doing it. Okay, so we have 20 apples. I'm using 6-for-1 candy apple recipe. That means 6 cups of sugar, 4 cups of water, and 1 cup of light corn syrup, and 1 to 2 teaspoons of your flavoring. I wanted to start out with my big apples first. So when you dip your apples, you want to tilt your candy apple pot and just scrape down the bottom of your apple really well so you don't have a big bottom. Well, some folks like to have that extra candy on the bottom of their candy apples. So. And this 6-for-1 candy apple recipe was created by me. I have 3 different candy apple recipes for small, medium, and large candy apples. And I am using 6 cups of sugar, 4 cups of water, and 1 cup of corn syrup. I tell you guys all the time, it doesn't matter what brand sugar or light corn syrup you use. They all work. I have used Target. I have used like Ingles, what I have now. I use Karo a lot, but it's about the same. I just use Karo a lot because that's just, you know, what I use. But actually, this store brand, Laura Lynn by Ingles, is really good. Like I said, when I first started making candy apples, I used to get the cheap stuff, and that was one of the things that I would get, and everyone would say, how is your light corn syrup so clear? You know, when I cook it on 4 or 5, oh, that one kind of touched. Make sure you have enough space in between your candy apples, because sometimes when they touch, they get stuck together. Try not to let your candy spill over, because you need every bit of your, your candy apple mixture. I have 3 more apples. These are big apples. Good Lord. I told her to get the Walmart apples. You know, the Walmart apples in the bag. I told her to get those. She came with these big old apples, but I do have enough candy apple mixture for all of them. So I'm on my last apple. I wonder, I got 2 extra apples over there. So I may go ahead and just dip those 2. This one has a small bubble on the top because I'm pretty heavy-handed, and when I was dipping it, I could feel the stick. I had yanked the stick, and it kind of came out. So that caused apple juice to pop out, which causes bubbles on top of your candy apples. This is my last one. Scrape that one really well. That's a big apple. Only use 1 to 2 teaspoons of gel food coloring. If you use too much gel food coloring, that will make your candy apples become too thick, and you do not want that. I've completed and dipped 20 candy apples, and I still have enough candy apple mixture left over for 4 more candy apples. Now what I am getting ready to do is go ahead and bag them. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I'm getting ready to put you guys on game. I'm getting ready to put you on game. If you have a humid house, or if you live like in Florida or somewhere like that where it's really hot and humid, because I had one girl say she don't care what she do, her candy apples always melt. Even when using the dry corn syrup. Well, I don't know if she used the dry corn syrup. I asked her, she hadn't responded back yet. Okay, so as soon as you finish dipping your last apple, pretty much these are dry. These are ready. These are ready to be bagged. It doesn't take long for these to dry. If your candy apples are not dry, about time you dip your last apple, something is wrong. Okay, probably your house is humid or something. Okay, so you're gonna take your candy apple bag, and I have these in my Amazon bake shop. Okay, you're gonna take your candy apple, and some people like the extra candy on the bottom, and you're gonna place it in the bag, okay? You're gonna leave it open. You're gonna leave it open. When I say put your candy apples in the refrigerator, leave it untied. And you put it in the refrigerator like that. That way your candy apple doesn't get sticky. Now when it's time to deliver, like maybe an hour or 30 minutes, probably about 30 minutes before it's time to deliver, you want to take these out of the refrigerator, and then you want to put your twist ties on and attach your bows on the outside of the bag. So that was a little game. I'm trying to figure out something else when it's humid. So when it's humid, if you know your house is humid, if you know you live in a state where it's hard to make candy apples, try the dry corn syrup. Try that dry corn syrup. And that's down in my Amazon bake shop as well. So what I'm doing here now, just gonna bag these and place them in the refrigerator. And then I'm gonna go get ready. And then after I get ready, let's see, it's 8:52 right now. Then I'll put the twist ties on and the bows on. These are some big apples. Biggie, biggie. Now, do you guys like your apples? Do you like the extra candy on the bottom? Or do you like them, you know, pretty much like that? Let me know down in the description box how you like your apples. In the meantime, I'm gonna finish bagging these. And honey, I try to do the bare minimum when it comes to my sister, cause honey, she don't be wanting to pay. She be talking about how much you charge, and then she be like, oh, that's too much. So I tricked her little tail this time. I said, I tell you what, you go buy the apples and the sugar, and then I make them, and you just give me half of what you make. And that's what you do. She ain't had no comeback. She ain't had no comeback. She always got a comeback. She couldn't come back. She couldn't come back from that. My concern is, how much you gonna sell these candy apples? That's my concern. Now she getting a little better, but she's still cheap because, honey, she was at the store. Cause I told her, y'all know the, I said go to Walmart and get those apples. Get those apples in the bag. Get those apples in the bag, cause it's usually 10 or 12 apples in the bag. And she got that. These are bigger. It's not the same bag that I usually get, so I don't know what apples she got. It's usually the same bag, but she was like, it ain't no 10 or 12 apples in these bags. It's only like 8. I said, well, I guess if you want 50 apples, you're gonna have to get an extra bag. Oh no, these Granny Smith apples too high. I said, huh? She said, yeah, they too high, man. These Granny Smith apples too high. Can I use red apples? I said, man, you use them red apples if you want to. Them things gonna be soggy. And all bubbly. But she broke down and she, I'm like, what you crying for? You gonna make your money back? Dang. Now, what she wanted me to do was get all the stuff and then want a cheap rate. Nah, it wasn't gonna work like that. No, sir. So I'm gonna put the ties, I'm gonna go ahead and finish bagging these and put the ties on. I already got a lot of them already bagged. This is a different bag. Wait a minute, y'all, I'm gonna show you. This is a different bag. So you wanna go ahead and bag these because you see, it's not sticky. It's not sticky at all. So that's why you wanna go ahead and bag them These are a little smaller. I don't know where I got these bags from. Oh, probably Walmart somewhere or the Dollar Tree. I don't know. But these are a little smaller than the ones I just used. So, you want to go ahead and bag your apples. See, your apples should not be sticky at all. It should not be. You know? That's why you want to go ahead and bag them and leave the bags open until it's time to go. Until it's time to go. I actually like these smaller bags. It's a big apple, so let's see. Yep, it goes right in. See? Your apple shouldn't be sticking to the bag or anything like that. It shouldn't be sticking. It should, you know, go ahead and come out like that. Well, and see, I live in a different climate. I'm in the mountains. So, I don't have that issue as far as with humidity. I just go ahead and get them back. But I know people in New Orleans. I know people, man, I'm telling y'all, it be people in other countries talking about, I don't know, I didn't feel comfortable with that comment. She was like, you God, or he, I think it was a he. He was like, you are God, because I sell 100 apples, candy apples and caramel apples a week. I think at a farmer's market or something like that. And I get that a lot. But I'm like, no, I'm not God. But God gave me this skill to show you guys how to make money. So, okay, I got some more apples over here. And then one of these apples, this one had a bubble on it. So what you want to do with that, you want to, I'm going to put this in a smaller bag. I should put that in a smaller bag. No, I'm going to leave it in this bag. What you want to do with that is when you tie it up, you're going to put that twist tie on it, and then you're going to put your bow on it, and you won't even see that bubble. And I think it was because, it wasn't, I don't think it was the way I cleaned it. It was because this stick wasn't in good, and I had to push down on it. So anytime you fool with the stick, before dipping your apples, that apple juice is going to come out, and it's going to make a bubble on the top. So just let you know, I'm going to go ahead and put that, I'm going to put this in a smaller bag. See how, just, you know, this apple is big though. See, it shouldn't be, your apple should not be sticky at all. So, let me go ahead and get these in the refrigerator. Okay, so they are all bagged and ready to be put in the refrigerator. Alright. Okay, I have my twist ties here. And these are no longer in the refrigerator, and I'm going to show you that they're not sticky. They are not sticky at all. Okay, so you're going to just take your bag. So take your bag and twist it like that. Take your twist tie and wrap around the candy apple stick. Twist your twist tie like that. Make sure it's on tight. Twist your twist tie like that. Make sure your twist tie is on tight. Okay, I'm not going to use the hot glue to place the bows. I'm going to use these glue dots. So you place your glue dot on the back of the bow, and then you just attach the bow like that. And I left these bows with tails. Okay. And you fluff out your bow. You place your candy apple bow on the candy apple like that. Fluff out your bow, and you have a cute, now you have a cute candy apple here. And now I am going to put the twist ties on the other candy apple bags, on the other candy apples, and place my candy apple bows on. Oh, let me show you the, I thought I left it up here. Oh, here it is. Okay, so let me show you the one with the bubble. So it has a little bubble. So it has a little bubble, so you're gonna just twist your bag like that. See, you don't even see the bubble anymore. You're gonna put your twist tie on. Wrap it around the candy apple stick, and you're just gonna twist the twist tie like that. You take your bow with the glue dot on the back and just attach it. And now you have a cute candy apple here. And I'm gonna go ahead and bag the rest of them. So I am done putting the bows on and everything. So what I need to do is put them in a box and get them ready to go. And this is what it looks like. Well, first of all, do you guys see a difference? Do you see a difference some kind of way? Do you see a difference? I just clipped the back of those ties. Those twist ties are just too long. Okay. If you have enjoyed this candy apple tutorial, make sure you stay tuned to watch my next candy apple tutorials coming up right here on Candy Apple TV. I'll see you in a few seconds over in my next video.